throw the whole dude away. Okay? Oh my god. He is the one. I'll never call you again. I'll never talk to you again. Be weeding them fuckboys out. Okay? That is dating suicide. Leave him on red. Okay?
Where you don't tickle my fancy, please come stay with me.
What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Yvonne. For those ones who are new here, welcome. Join the fam. Please subscribe if you feel like you like this video. Anyway guys, for those ones who are my fam, as usual, welcome back. Thank you for always being here. Thank you for subscribing. And if I sound a bit low, it's because I've been sick. I've been having quite a bad flu. That's why my voice might be a little bit down. So today I just want to talk about this topic that has really hurt quite a lot of people, me included, because I think I've also done some of the mistakes. So I felt like I should talk about these common mistakes that we do when we are dating. Not when we are in a relationship, but when we are just kind of bit starting to date, guys. You know, when you're starting to date, kind of feeling someone, want to see where it goes. So the mistakes that you commonly do that make the situation not go any further is what I want to talk about today. So guys, if you'd like to know all about it, then keep watching. So the first mistake that I'm going to talk about is do not become someone's sponge supporter. And what I mean by this is, as we all know, we know what a sponge does. Of course, it's just taking, soaking up, and it's not giving out anything. So, and by this I mean, maybe you've started dating and maybe you've made plans and then they just cancel on you. You know, they want you to like be making plans with them and they're still canceling on you. And do not become a supporter of someone who's a sponge, who's just taking from you and is not giving you anything. When they make plans again, you just go along with it. You're always just there for them when they want to, whenever they want to. Even when texting and calling, they want you to be the one who will call them first. They'll never call you first. They'll never text you first. It's always you calling, it's always you texting. Nah, girl, you need to let it always be a two-way thing kind of vibe, you know. Let it be always 50-50. In fact, let it always be the guy to pursue you as the lady, not the other way around. Let him put more effort, let him show more effort, and that way you'll not be giving off desperate kind of vibes. Okay? So the next point, guys, is high expectation, guys. We all know sometimes we always have high expectations of someone, and girl, that is really not good because it's going to let you down so badly. So let's say, for example, you've been single for quite a while, you've been waiting, you know, you have your list of the qualities that you want in a man. You know, he has to be tall and handsome, he has to be strong, he has to be God-fearing, he has to be financially stable, whatever it may be. So like you've been waiting on God, like telling God, I need to find my man very soon. And then suddenly you meet a Prince Charming. You're like, oh my God, he is the one. You know, when you meet someone who treats you nicely until you're like, God, thank you, you've answered my prayers, thank you for bringing me the man that I wanted, thank you for finding me a husband. And you're like, you know, over the top. And so you have so high expectations, you know. And maybe he's asked you on a first date and you've gone to the date and he's treated you like a gentleman, and you're like, oh my God, I gotta tell my sis, man, I found the one I was waiting for, you know. And the day goes well, and then after that you go home, you know, and you're like calling up everyone, calling up your friend. You know, as girls, the way we are, we always have our best friends. And maybe when you meet a guy or when you go out with a guy, the first thing that we like to do is tell our sis, like, oh my God, sis, he's a perfect gentleman. And you know, so after that, you're like so much emotionally invested that maybe you ignore the flags, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit. And so as you continue, maybe later on you start finding out things that you didn't know about him. Maybe you start finding out that he's a player, he's a cheater, and already you've put him above, you've put him on a high pedestal, and now you don't know what to do. You're so heartbroken. Sis, we need to wait it out, guys. We need to wait it really out so that we can truly know how a person is, find out how he is before we start investing so much of ourselves. Because if you give it a little bit of time, you're going to find out eventually how the person is, how the person behaves. You're going to save yourself a lot of heartbreak and a lot of time. Okay? let's not always give ourselves so much of a high expectation of someone that maybe we develop feelings for them, and then later on maybe we find out it's not what it was, and you start crying out to everyone, telling them how you're heartbroken, how you loved someone and they let you down. Yes sis, so let's always weed them out as usual. So my next point, fam, is do not be vulnerable. Always set some boundaries, guys, and by this I mean always be assertive, always have your power, just be you, and always don't let a guy try and walk all over you, girl. Let's say for example you've planned on a date and maybe he's supposed to come and pick you, or maybe you're supposed to meet, and then maybe you've gone there and you've waited for him, he's not showing up. 2 hours, 3 hours, maybe he was supposed to pick you up, he's not showing up, and then all of a sudden he comes and he's like, let's boo boo, let's go, let's do this thing. No girl, you have to show him that your time is valuable, and just say maybe you'll do it some other time, or something came up, but don't let a guy always try to play you like he's the one you're waiting for, he's the one that you're supposed to be waiting for all that time. Just tell him you waited on him and he did not show up and some other things came up, and for that, if he's a perfect gentleman, then he's going to respect your time. From there, he's not going to do something like that again to you. He's always going to respect your time, because time is money. But if he's a fuck boy, then he'll be like, fuck you, I'll never call you again, I'll never talk to you again. And girl, that is good, because you'll be weeding them fuck boys out. You don't need such kind of negativity in your life. You don't need such people who waste your time. So it will be good riddance to bad rubbish. But if he's a gentleman, he'll be respecting your time and he'll be respecting you always, and whatever you do, everything will always be perfect, everything will always be matching each other's efforts. You know, like they always say, you teach someone how to treat you, and that is very true. The way you portray yourself, that is the way someone is gonna take, and that is the way someone is gonna treat you. So like I saw another video of Caro, I remember a time back when she was saying that you always teach a man how to treat you. For example, maybe if you're in a relationship and maybe he's always like from the start he's always been taking you to some other pub somewhere, or some other restaurant somewhere in the estate. That's where you go and chill, and then after that, maybe after you've broken up, he's with another chick and he's taking her to Intercontinental, to these posh restaurants. You know, that is the way you taught him to treat you. You taught him to be taking you to those kind of restaurants, and maybe another girl came and she set her boundaries and she set where she wanted to be taken, and that is the way she was treated. So you're like there, oh no, I know he's going to come to me, because I know he's going to come back to me because I wasn't like that. No, he's not going to come back to you because he likes the other girl now, and that is where he likes taking her. So we always teach people how to treat us. So make sure you set your boundaries right from the onset. Also guys, my next point is do not send thirsty vibes. Guys, yes, and by that I mean do not be touchy-feely during the first times of dating or during the first date. And that is just not having emotional lies. You know, these lies that we tell ourselves that, oh, I found the one, no, he's the one, and then you meet him and you're like so excited and you're so touchy-feely. You're like, I waited all this time just to meet you today, or I wanted to see you today. Okay, that is dating suicide. Okay, when you do this, all you're doing is just sending desperate vibes. Say with me, all desperate vibes, and you don't want to do that, because when a guy senses that you have desperate vibes, what he's gonna do is he's gonna walk all over you. He's gonna be calling his friends and being like, guys, this is just a hit, I did this, and you're gonna be a laughing stock to them, and that is something that you don't want to do. So make sure you're composed when you meet the guy. Even if you're so excited, don't show it, and the guy is gonna respect you for that. You always want to have your power with you. Don't let a guy feel like they can walk all over you. Don't let a guy feel like they have power over you, because that relationship is going to end before it begins. Do not over compliment a guy, because believe it or not, that is just sending thirsty vibes, and he'll feel like it's gonna be so easy for him to just smash it and just pass it. So don't do that. Maybe during the relationship, as it blossoms and becomes something that is special, then you can be able to compliment him and tell him, you know, I love how you I love how you dress, I love how you are my king, you know, you do this and do that. But not during the first times of the relationship. Thirsty vibes is only gonna make him feel like you're a sex object, and you don't wanna look like that. You're someone's daughter, you're gonna be someone's wife, you're God's child. So don't let anyone try to make you feel like you're a sex object or something, because it's only gonna come out that way. So guys, make sure you just don't be too touchy-feely, okay? Because that is gonna send him desperate vibes, okay? The next point I'm going to put out is do not ignore the red flags, of which we usually do. We always ignore the red flags, thinking that you're going to change him. Oh, he's not too bad, I'm going to change that. You feel like when you're into a relationship, you're going to change the way a guy behaves. Girl, that is not gonna happen. You feel like something is not rubbing off of you comfortably, make sure you don't brush it off, because that is going to be one of the things that is going to just break you apart when you're in a relationship. All the red flags that we always ignore, that is what always makes the relationship end. So guys, make sure you don't just ignore the red flags. That is just as much as I'm going to say it. I'm going to give you a little example. Like, for example, you're going out on a date and maybe he's flirting with the waitress, or is on his phone all the damn time, he's not even giving you attention. Girl, that is a red flag, because if he doesn't have time for you there and then, what do you think he's gonna do? And it's your first date. What do you think he's gonna do when you're already in a relationship with him? So sis, that might just be a cue for you to just leave him on red. Okay. So lastly but not least, guys, my next point is do not sabotage your relationship. And this is going to be very simple, guys. By this I mean, you've begun to be exclusive, now you're dating each other, and then you just bring your insecurity and everything that you feel like you're crazy about and start just showing him, start nagging him, start lurking on his Instagram page, asking him questions. Guys, that is so wrong, and he's going to run away. Okay, I know maybe you've been dating and you've been hurt in the past, you're still not. That's why, guys, it's always advisable to be fully healed before you get into another relationship with someone, because you're going to sabotage the relationship. You're going to have your insecurities that you've brought them from the other relationship to this one, and you start now bringing them out, start feeling insecure, start asking the guy a lot of questions, start nagging him, start bringing out your craziness, and that is just going to run him away, literally. So guys, make sure you always heal fully and then love yourself, so that when you go into another relationship, you can be able to love the next person and just not sabotage something that might have been really good. So sis, just don't be paranoid, especially when you have a good man and he's loving on you. Just love on each other. Give your man sometimes space, you know, when he wants to go and just do something with his friends. Just give him space. Let him go. You'd rather let him go so that you can see how he behaves when he's not around you, so then you can know what's up. But if you have a nice man, just let him go. Love on each other. Don't start questioning him, asking him what. You become insecure now, you start questioning him, asking him, who's this girl, what's she doing? That is not cute, sis, and you're going to literally push him away to another woman's arms, and you don't want to do that. Okay, sis, just always be the woman that he fell in love with, you know, the sweet, nice woman that you were before you became so much paranoid. And you know, when you start fighting and arguing, it's not fun, it's not cute anymore. No guy wants a woman who's always fighting, who's always nagging. Just use that energy to love on each other. Use that energy to treat each other nicely. Use that energy to just show each other affection. Because if you don't, you're just going to sabotage your relationship. Okay. Anyway, guys, for this little cute wig here, you can always go to Eve's Glam Wigs on Instagram and check there. They have nice wigs. Otherwise, that's it for today, guys. If you liked this video, please subscribe, like, share, comment. Let me know if you have any other dating mistakes or any other mistakes that you've done. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye, loves.
Yeah.